the studio. Honored to have you as one of our sponsors now, and welcome.
Thank you. I'm pumped to be here.
Wow,
Seen a
I'm
lot of the clips, seen a lot of the guests you guys have had. I love the vibes awesome.
Who's your favorite guest that we've had so far?
Oh, Blake's my guy, but Lauren Maxwell's, she's a goat.
Yeah, she's a goat.
Dearborn. Yeah. I've seen a bunch of them. But
okay.
I'm glad you're a fan. I'm glad you tuned in.
Of course.
Man, listen here, y'all. Tune in on this sweater, this half quarter where this quarter zip he's wearing. This goated. That thing is nice.
Got some for you coming.
Cool. Yeah, everything is nice. And
got a cold front today too. So
and I love this one here. Red State Golf. Daddy's home, Larry.
Yeah, we've had a great. I love golf. I've been in the golf space for a little while, and goated golf kind of started because I was golfing. I was blessed to golf with Michael Jordan.
So I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
I want to hear your Michael Jordan story, but as we were just walking to get coffee, none of that matters. Michael Jordan, Donald Trump, I don't care. This man made golf clubs for none other than 50 Cent. That's all that matters to me. Tell us about that.
I like it.
Politicking, Jira, Larry Love in studio today, brought to you by Becker Custom Builders, Lauren Maxwell Mortgage Team, Patrick Dearborn, Ocean Glass Skin, DT8 Naples, Lee Corp Homes, of course, our girl Tina Del Rosa Agency, Alda's Diner, and proud to announce one of our newest sponsors. Got the CEO in the building, goated Red State. Brought some fly gear with him. We got Mr. Kevin VanDuser.
VanDuser, yeah.
I knew I was going to screw it up.
It's been there now.
But very honored to have you and join us in studio. Great product, Red State. I know you've seen everywhere. Goated shirts, golf clubs, putters. Show them the hat I am keeping today, Larry.
You can have it, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't have to wear the goat hat when I'm already the greatest of all time.
So,
that just makes sense.
Okay. Well, welcome. I know we've been talking about this for a couple months, really, because we attend Bible study every Tuesday morning that your father runs, Coach. Big shout out to him.
Sir.
And glad to finally get you in the studio. Honored to have you as one of our sponsors now. And welcome.
Thank you. I'm pumped to be here.
Wow,
Seen a lot of the clips, seen a lot of the guests you guys have had. I love the vibes awesome.
Who's your favorite guest that we've had so far?
Oh, Blake's my guy, but Lauren Maxwell's, she's a goat.
Yeah, she's a goat.
Dearborn. Yeah. I've seen a bunch of them. But
okay.
I'm glad you're a fan. I'm glad you tuned in.
Of course.
Man, listen here, y'all. Tune in on this sweater, this half quarter where this quarter zip he's wearing. This goated. That thing is nice.
Got some for you coming.
Cool. Yeah, everything is nice. And
got a cold front today too. So
I love this one here. Red State Golf. Daddy's home, Larry.
Yeah, we've had a great. I love golf. I've been in the golf space for a little while, and goated golf kind of started because I was golfing. I was blessed to golf with Michael Jordan.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
I want to hear your Michael Jordan story, but as we were just walking to get coffee, none of that matters. Michael Jordan, Donald Trump, I don't care. This man made golf clubs for none other than 50 Cent. That's all that matters to me. Tell us about that.
I like it. Well, my sales rep, VP of sales, is in Orlando, and 50 hip hop, and he's my that. I'm in that. Like, born in '88, so 50.
88.
Back in '88, we were moving weight, weren't we?
that came up, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna meet 50 in a couple days. You want to come up?" He's doing his cognac. Is that how you say it?
Branson Cognac, and he's got the champagne, and he's launching a tequila actually.
Or if you're just in the hood, you just say yak.
The yak.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's expensive yak. It's like starts at $80 a bottle and up.
Non-Brandon. Yeah.
The Branson. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
too
steep.
Yeah.
I should have brought it. So I have a couple signed by him. I haven't opened any of them. Next time I come on,
Okay, I got to sign that from vodka bottle when he was doing that.
Yeah, that, and it was a 1 day, couple hour thing. Hundreds of people there in Orlando. And we were playing with Charles Woodson later that week, so I came up for a couple days. But met him for like 10 minutes, gave him some clubs, mocked up a bunch of clubs, and
left-handed, right? He's left-handed.
I gave him lefty and righty because you never know. People golf, they putt righty. We got righties that putt lefty, and they play everything else righty. But cool dude, really cool. It's the third time I met him. Love him. Told you the first time I met him, I called him Curtis. He didn't really like that.
Yeah, that might not have gone over well after Cameron.
Curtis.
So yeah,
and I threw up the big dog too. I'm like, Curtis, and he's like, nah, man, don't.
No, shout out to 50 and Team 50, doing huge things. He's doing the residency, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'll take 50 over MG. But tell us about the Michael Jordan.
Yeah, so I was a COO of a golf company at the time, a training aid company. It was great training aid in Naples, but wasn't as exciting. It was training aid trying to help people, trash golfers, get better. Yeah. And got out there with Gary Sheffield, played at the Grove. Gary Sheffield's a buddy of mine, and played golf with him.
You cool with Gary, huh?
Yeah, he's the man.
Okay.
And I loved him. I'm a Miami everything. So
yeah.
Marlins. Marlins.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm playing with Gary. I'm gonna work.
Basically original.
I'm gonna work him on
the
golf course.
Yeah. And he's from right up the street. He's from he off
Tampa.
the muck.
Yeah. Oh, is he from?
Yeah, he grew up on the muck.
Really? Tampa. He went to high school in Tampa,
Yeah.
but he's still there. He loves South Florida. So we went out golfing Jupiter at Michael Jordan's course, which is they've denied presidents, they've denied everybody to go out there. You can't go out there. And I was still working at the time. I'm like, hey, I'm playing with the GOAT. Played a couple holes with Michael Jordan, and I had a wedge that was kind of themed like this elephant print that is all over Jordan stuff. And I'm a sneakerhead too. I got a bunch of sneakers. So that day, I chipped in a couple times, and I'm getting to be a pretty good golfer. I'm better now, but was working them with this wedge. And Sheffield was like, "Man, he's working you with a wedge themed after you. Like he's taking your money with a Jordan wedge."
I was gonna say, well, there's probably money involved in that game.
Yeah,
I would take a guess. I don't think Mike plays just for fun.
No, and the most competitive person I've ever seen in my life.
That's what they say.
It was raining the next day. He wanted to play because he had lost to Gary and the guys. Like, man, it was like Easter. I don't know what it was like a holiday. He's like, "No, we're playing tomorrow."
So you beat Michael Jordan golf.
We did as a team. There's a team game Nassau, but I would have beat him. He's one of the better short game players I've ever seen. Stud mentally. And I went back, and my partner and my CFO of all the companies, I said, "We got to do this. I got to make some goated wedges or some. We're going to drop a goat every single month. We're going to do a Tiger Woods drop. We're going to do and we did them all. It's been a year. So we're building a.
When you think of GOAT, Michael Jordan obviously comes to mind. But if there were like three people when you think of the word GOAT, especially having a company called GOAT, who comes to mind besides Michael Jordan? And it goes for both.
I want to hear your guys' answers too, but mine.
Jerry Rice is the first that comes to mind. Yeah, I'm a homer, but yeah, that's besides.
Is he from California?
No, just Niner fan.
Okay. Now Michael Jordan, undisputed. Tiger Woods, undisputed.
Tiger Woods has got to be up there.
And Tom Brady, Muhammad Ali, but those three: Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Tom Brady.
That's a
and those three list. You name have that same type of attitude. They have that killer.
Yep.
Beat me.
Yep.
You got to beat me. Kill me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kobe would, obviously.
Yeah, I like your three. I'm a pretty much of an old soul.
I like it.
So like my go to, and they got numerous reasons. Like Muhammad Ali. You mentioned Ali. Ali, he laid it all on the line. Say, you could take my belt, take my money and all. Just, he was also a great humanitarian. So he's the GOAT. I look at him. I look at a person like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I will put, even though I'm biased, I very strongly dislike Michael Jordan. Never been a fan.
What?
I never heard He's a Knicks fan. He grew up a Knicks fan.
Knicks fan. Okay.
Yeah, so you can understand.
Oh, man. I don't like the Knicks.
So, but if I put Michael, it's like three people that go together. And those was the three individuals that you had mentioned. Like, because I didn't like Tom Brady either.
Yeah, me either.
So, I don't. But the guy, he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a great. He has the attitude. He has the ambition, the passion, and the work ethic.
Yep.
You can't take that from those people.
Nope.
No mindset.
They beat my team. So it's nothing against them personally because, like, I love everything about them except for they beat my team.
100%.
So,
And now when I think like the ultimate GOAT, got to be President Trump. I mean, what he's overcome and everything
he's
to
amazing.
Become president. I mean, that's.
Now, what I say frequently is we celebrate GOATs once a month, but the greatest of all time, Jesus Christ.
No, of course.
Jesus to walk the earth, That's the
never
greatest
seen
walk
nothing
theory.
like that.
No,
I never seen nothing.
but that's why all of our putters, all of our hoodie, all of the underneath the collar of that shirt has Exodus 23. It's thou shalt have no other gods before me. But
repeat that one more time.
Exodus 23, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
One more.
Exodus 23, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
No other gods before him.
Yes, sir. It's hard.
Amen.
We're human. As humans, we are idol factories. We idolize neighbor stuff, my wife, the car, the money, the new studio.
Even your kids.
Everything. Kids become idols. Yeah.
Your wife and what have you. And I had you repeat that because I probably say over the last month and a half, I be reading a lot of people social media. And I have a problem, and I know it's to each his own, but my faith that got me through life. And people often say, God, God, God. It's not that I don't like the word God, but people throw that word around, and I want to know who the hell you are praying to.
Yeah.
Because if everybody in this world is praying to God, this world wouldn't be the way it is, and America definitely wouldn't be. And look at the statistics of I think it was 67 I saw. It was like 80 some percent believed in God and Jesus Christ compared to now when it's just right at 1 out of 2, 50%.
Yeah.
So I need to know who these people are praying to. What God? I know me. I always say, I try my best to Jesus Christ because that's who I'm praying to. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So the fact what you said, that put no other God, and then, like you said, people have adultery and everything else, statues, money, cars, kids, wife, whatever, husbands. So yeah, I love the fact that you put that up under the tag.
Yeah, no,
I love
it's
it.
awesome. It's been a blessing.
When did you launch Goated?
Launched in December of last year.
December of last year. Okay. And I know Red State ties into that.
Yeah, Red State's a different company. Red State's conservative golf gear. I got a bunch of guys.
The Trump family are
I got to play with Donald Trump, which was awesome. I made a Trump putter. I put the Trump putter on the Goated website, and we do monthly drops, so people flood to the website when we do a drop, when we hit our email list. And we had a lot of people upset about it because I target Chicago, Atlanta, New York, LA, sneakerheads, because our putters are sneakerheads. Our merch is sneakerhead.
Okay.
Kind of same path. So, but we had a lot of hate mail, and then we went through an analysis, and like you got to do, we had to create another company and put it on another website altogether. So it's a different company, but it's been amazing. People know that Goated makes the Trump putters. People know that the Trump hotels and the Trump courses that have our putters are Goated. But I don't, as in your face, drop the Trump stuff. Now, the silent majority is no longer as silent, so I can
look
drop
at
that. But
NFL and everywhere now, everyone's doing the Trump dance. Like, who would have thought 2020 that would have been like the trend, and people, not only comfortable.
I keep trying to tell you all. People were doing the Trump dance in the lower socioeconomic areas, in the hood.
Yeah, but I'm saying out in the open now. Okay, but I'm talking about NFL games when
I guess it's more people that came from that environment that's in the NFL. But see, you know what's funny about that? It's like now the tides has turned. 1 minute they want the athletes to shut up. They don't have no voice. They can't do this. They can't do that. Everybody hating athlete. Now that you have certain athletes, they in favor of Trump. Now they won't. Oh yeah, man, keep doing that. Keep doing this.
That's more fun than dance.
That's not fun. That's not
kneeling.
Fun.
That's doing a dance is a little bit different than kneeling before the national anthem. It don't even matter.
This side might not like that. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah, but you're comparing apples to bowling balls. Doing a Trump dance to kneeling to the...
Doing the Trump dance meaning you standing for everything that this man stand for. You appreciating him.
You're endorsing him. Yeah.
You're endorsing him.
Right.
So this people, even though I might be in disagreement with him, they did whatever they did. So I'm not going to still tell them. They didn't say nothing. They just kneel.
Yeah, well, I played devil's advocate on when Tito Ortiz said... Well, I made that same argument when Tito was on the show where he was celebrating and promoting Trump, but he had a problem with people kneeling for the flag. I said, well, that's kind of hypocritical. So I get that.
I'm a firm believer
Trump
in
dance to kneeling to the
America.
Flag. It's not
I love America. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's all I'm saying. Now, all soldiers, they fight for our freedoms. Unfortunately, with our freedoms, people choose to do whatever they want to do with them. That's just what it is. We might not agree. And some of them we may agree with. But those are their choices and their rights. So if you don't like them, just don't support them. That's it.
Right.
But
I think people were biting their tongue. And if you did come out in favor of Trump 4 years ago, you got tremendous backlash. And now it's become socially acceptable. I think that's the argument.
Yeah.
But
well, what did you mean? So kneeling, or you think the kneeling for the flag? I didn't get that correlation. So you think when they were kneeling for the flag, it was a end against how the country was going, right? It was racism. It was
the police brutality and all that stuff.
Yeah. And you think it's different, or you think it's the same as doing the Trump dance?
I think it's totally different.
Totally different. Yeah. Okay, I agree.
Yeah,
I think these guys still get fined for. Like Boza got fined for wearing a MAGA hat. You can't even wear it. And there are rules to wearing like
dance trend this year.
But man, the Colin Kaepernick
this year
sucks.
for this season.
I'm not a Bosa fan.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I know.
He's good.
He said a lot of derogatory names in reference to other people that look like me. So I've never been his fan.
Okay, yeah.
So hell with Bosa.
But
that's
isn't
your
the
guy.
same team Colin Kaepernick had
Bingo.
pigs with the socks? And
Same
he
team.
didn't get fined for that. He could wear the pigs with the socks or pigs with the
NFL. When you pay attention to the NFL, I promise you, I pay attention to so much. And I really feel like it's really something against Christ. Because I could look at Tim Tebow. This man is a winner. He's a winner. They said Tim Tebow was a distraction in the locker room because this man prayed.
Yeah.
They said he couldn't even kneel and honor Christ. It's crazy. Okay, now let's move over to RG3. Out of Baylor, out of the Bible Belt, Texas, firm believer in Christ. Always talking about Christ. Conservative or not, he's a believer in Christ. The NFL made him take his shirt off, turn it over to do an interview. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah.
When he had Jesus, just do it. Well, no, you can't get in front of a microphone. But yet, idiot 1, idiot 2, idiot 3, they can wear stuff that's saying.
Well, like even what's the guy from Buffalo? The guy who almost died on the field and then goes to the Super Bowl and basically had a jacket that was his satanic jacket. Yeah.
So I just look at a lot of this stuff and I was like, you could glamify.
It's all about.
It's all about that almighty dollar.
Top, the big corporate NFL is a $1 billion corporation,
a nonprofit organization, huh?
And and they, these big companies seem to have a problem with Christ.
Yeah, it's money,
right?
and if no one said anything, the money.
If it was an Illuminati
they hurt
thing.
the ratings. Kind of like I feel convicted right now, but it's the same thing when I released the Trump putter on the Goated website, and I got people wanting to return their last 4 Jordan putters because like I'm not with this. Well, let me quickly change it because I'm not going to hurt my bottom line. Let me just put it over here, and I had to make that decision. I'd like to say I prayed about it, but I probably didn't. I probably said, okay, there's about 45 emails of people wanting to return. That's $300,000. I can't take that hit. Let me put the Trump on a different website. We're still going to rock with it, and we're still going to promote
how you differentiate the red
but we
state
just made another company because it's tough, I bet. But it's the same thing. If no one sent an email, I'd be dropping. I would have dropped the Trump putter in January on January 5th when he goes, or January 4th when he gets in. We got a bunch of those. It's going to be on Red State now, but that's the hard part. And that's the stand every business owner takes. But when we have the freedom to talk, that's the big thing I'm pumped we won. If I'm getting politics,
you got the freedom to do whatever you want.
We were very close to not have the freedom to even be talking like this.
Yeah.
Very close.
And so, like, again, I might not like what's come out your mouth,
but I'd rather.
Yeah. But you got the right to.
Right to say it.
You got the right. Because when it's my time, I don't want you to tell me to be quiet.
No.
I want you to eat it.
And that's why, like, nowadays the liberals, back the liberals in the 70s, they all for freedom of speech, but now it's like went the other way. They don't want anyone to have any kind of voice if it goes against their opinion
100%.
or whatever. And we'll circle back around to golf, but I want to talk a little bit about your coaching background, being the head coach at FGCU and possibly recruited some guys from Immokalee.
Yeah, Larry didn't know that. So I was the first head coach.
So you started nowadays you could recruit as much as you want, but
I might have started the NIL a little bit or something. I broke a lot of rules. As an entrepreneur, you got to ask for forgiveness later and make it work. And I took the position at FGCU. I was coaching high school down here for 15 years, running offense and athletic director positions, other stuff.
So you're
like
an offensive guy. What position was? What you
I just didn't like defense, but I love. Depending on the kids, I could run any offense: spread, power, veer, all of it. And Coach Kramer is like my uncle. We moved over here because of Coach Kramer. Well, God moved us, but Coach Kramer
well.
Yeah, my dad. We grew up in Miami. My dad and Kramer played together at Liberty. They coached together in Miami. Kramer moved over here, won a state championship.
I didn't know your dad was on that American staff.
American High. I was gonna go there.
Wow.
Glad I came over here.
I was at American for 6 months.
Really?
Yeah. When I got kicked out of school over here.
Nice.
I
was the opposite. I wasn't bad. I was a Dade Christian, about to go to American High.
They used to have a good basketball team.
Yeah. Stefanos,
they had some boys.
Yep. Miami, you get kids on accident over there that come to your school because transfer, parents move, whatever, and you go, this kid can play all three sports. You can play anything.
That was probably the original recruiting kids just popping up at Miami randomly. I think Pee Wee ended up at Miami. I remember Stephen Blake from Maryland all of a sudden is playing at Miami Senior High,
kids would come in middle of the year and you'd be like, he's going to take. I joke, when I moved to Naples, I had never been asked to play a sport. I was 5'4", big kid. No coach ever asked me to play a sport. I moved to Naples. They made me play everything at Barron Collier. You're a big boy. You got to play. I'm like, I've never even met a coach in Miami. They put the ball down. Don't even touch that ball. So I love Naples because I loved every sport.
What year did you graduate Barron Collier?
06.
06. Okay.
Yeah, but I came over here because Coach Kramer, my dad, and God moved us over here. Coach Kramer won a state championship, went to First Baptist as a member of First Baptist Church Naples, and they were looking for a youth pastor. He said, you got to hire this guy, my dad, Coach V. So in 8th grade, we moved over here, played, went to college at Liberty University where my dad played a little. At the end, did powerlifting, came back and coached, and then I took a job to coach FGCU. Got a house in Estero, sold the house in Naples, put a bunch of money in the bank because it's way cheaper to live in Estero. And
at the time, yeah.
And I had my own schedule. There wasn't any more film. Wasn't any more. I just coached football at FGCU club level. So first year, got worked. Had 17 kids. Traveled to Warner, Weber, and all these schools, and got murked in the club football league. Went to play against rosters of 90 kids in Georgia and freezing cold on buses. No budget to travel. Raised a bunch of money. Second year, I said, we're going to get some kids that I know I coached against that are still in Immokalee that either didn't go to college, didn't figure it out. 2 or 3 kids, 5-star, 4-star kids that were safeties going to Florida, got caught with a gun, got caught with other stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna move them here. They'll stay in my house if they have to in Estero.
You're a real coach.
And they're going to play.
I was going to say.
That's what the coaches do.
And they're going to play.
Sounds like Coach Kramer coaching tree right there. No disrespect.
Hey, get them out of the environment. Once you get them out of the environment, they're going to win.
Yeah.
They're going to thrive.
They were doing stuff they were doing in high school, and I'm like, this is a great
I remember
thing.
a few of them kids went over there.
They were nasty, and our guys needed it. I had 5 quarterbacks get injured, so I got 2 40-year-old guys that were on semi-pro teams, and the rule was you just had to put them in 3 credits. They had to be in 3 credits.
What?
Yeah, I had 3. I had 2 guys. I'll show you some film. I had 2 guys that were almost 40.
You had not one guy, but 2 40-year-old quarterbacks?
No, linemen. I had to get linemen.
You had to be a lineman?
Yeah, I had to get
So you
linemen.
had Al Bundy basically playing offensive
Polk
line.
High.
Polk High. No, I had
scored
guys
5
that were
TDs in the football
older,
game.
but I put them back in school. I paid for 3 credits as long as they were enrolled at FGCU. Technically, the rules said that. They said they had to be a student. So I found the gray area. I said, he's a student. We're in 1 credit. He takes a bowling class on Thursdays. We're paying for it.
Bowling class.
Or whatever it was, right?
He's a student.
Yeah. And they had to make new rules for us. But the second year, so we went 0-7, had like 8. Everyone wants to be quarterback. So I got a ton of quarterbacks. They're all, 1 or 2 of them was okay. But they get injured because you couldn't block anybody. And got
you got 40-year-olds blocking for them.
Semi-pro 300-pounders that are playing football, chasing the dream. Brought in a couple kids from Immokalee that could play safety and rock people across the middle and shut down the.
Can you name any of the guys from Immokalee?
I don't think I can.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Xavier Richardson.
Oh, you know
Everybody's got no
yeah,
problem.
I know Xavier. Because
Statute of limitations of.
Listen,
Xavier's a beast.
he lived right across the street from my grandma.
Okay.
I remember that they had a hell of a class. I think Mark Lee was so loaded. I think they probably had like 10, 11 D1 players.
And
JB, JB, D'Ernest. D'Ernest, the only one that's still in the NFL from that class.
D'Ernest
Johnson, my cousin.
He went to FTC.
Yeah. No, he went to
USF. Yeah.
One kid, Thomas, he's a doctor now. And Deidre. Sanat.
Yeah.
They was loaded, but I remember Xavier, he left New Mexico. He went out to play at New Mexico. And he homesick. That's the thing, man. A lot of them kids that come from, they get homesick when they leave.
Yep.
And they just like, I got to go back home. And he came back home, and I know I was talking to him because I said, man, stay out there. Stay out there. There's nothing here. And his brother was a way more talented athlete than he was.
Yep.
Keyshawn.
Whole line.
And he came back, and he told me, he said, man, I'm enrolling in Gulf Coast, man. He said, I'm going to be playing there. I forgot some more of them kids, but man, I was like.
James that was going to Florida, he got caught with a gun and something, or he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Great kid. A couple of them live with us. I had one kid that dropped out of Estero, JC. I mean, we're throwing names, but JC Correll went to college. So he was doing nothing. And JC knows I love him. He lived with us for a little bit. He had a rough home life. And he put him in credits. He dropped out of the end of high school. He finished high school, put him in FGC. He's 6'5", white receiver from Estero, and fast, talented. He won us championship on offense. Really, he's stud. And I mean, he's finished his degree, went off and got a full scholarship at another school after I resigned, and then now he's managing a couple restaurants, cheesecake factories in town. It changed his life.
And it make you feel good to know that the kids that you grab, like, man, they doing okay.
Yeah,
it's like. So that's the biggest thing, like with a lot of coaches, they just want to know that, man, you okay. You're not in prison and you're alive.
Exactly. And you know, in those areas, the only thing to get out, even when I was in Miami as a freckled redhead kid, it was like, I got to get out of Miami. I got to play sports. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's how I can make millions. I don't have to use my mind. I just got to run through people and be mean. And that's what you get ingrained when you're in Pop Warner at 5 years old, 6 years old, hitting people. Then that's all you know when you're 20. I got to.
One time, I've been upset because this area has not been given the Fort Myers Firecats their due. Them kids playing for the national championship. They playing for the big Super Bowl of Pop Warner.
Let's go.
So they done knocked off
Cape Coral and
they the only team left. Like, I know they had to play the team from Carolina, and I think they beat the team from Texas. So let's go Fort Myers Firecats. The 11U. Man, I wish y'all the best of luck in Orlando. Y'all bring that trophy back home to Southwest Florida. I think it's only been one other team to do it. And, of course, that team just happened to be from Immokalee, Florida. Matter of fact, that was J.C. Jackson, them team.
Really?
Coached by Toy Chopper.
Okay, yeah.
And Bo Redding. So, yeah, y'all bring it home. Congratulations to y'all boys. Congratulations to the coaches holding y'all accountable, making sure y'all get y'all schoolwork. Y'all keep doing a great job. And I look more for see y'all in the future because y'all definitely the next high school, college stars.
Let's go. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. And it's funny, you talk to guys in this area. I got the Woods line, the James line. I'm friends with Javaris. He's killing it. Edge is the man. And they'll still talk about the Pop Warner days down here where you got to go beat Riverdale or who are Estero like Canes, the Canes and the Dogs.
It fluctuates there in what depend on the era. Yeah. Like when I played Pop Warner, we had to play Fort Myers Rebels then. Which they was always competitive. They was always going up, and I had to beat Clewiston Tigers. But Naples Gators was always the team.
What would you say is the best high school football player you saw in Collier County?
Sammy Watkins was unreal. The guy take a slant.
Well, that would be Lee, but
Lee County,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all in 1, 2, 3. I just say 2, 3, 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
Naples. The best player. I mean, none of them really from Naples. I can't. Kids from the Bahamas and Carlos Hyde was.
I was gonna say what you said.
Man, where is Carlos Hyde?
He's in Cali still, I think.
He's out of the league, but yeah, Carlos Hyde was from Cincinnati, and then somehow just ended up at Naples High as senior. I'm sure it was
Sammy Watkins was the best you seen in Southwest Florida.
I mean, Noel Devine, Javaris was amazing.
Noel was pretty.
Edge was amazing, but Sammy I would never seen anyone take a slant every single play to the house. Like
it's
you're
because,
just not.
Did you see Jamie German? You remember Jamie
No.
German?
No, he wasn't even
before
He
my
wasn't
Yeah.
even.
Well, he just mentioned Edge, so I mean that's around the same
Yeah, I
time.
just-
But
saw
no.
Jim-
Fred
Jamie in
McCary
92.
even.
Because how old are you?
36.
Okay, so 10 years. So
he was.
I'm
Jamie,
Javaris is
yeah.
No,
so
I get
Jamie
that, but
was-
he mentioned Edge.
So
and that's
Fred
the same.
McCary, I think, is from Naples.
yeah,
Yeah, he
Fred
got to be.
McCary-
He has to be the best.
But Sammy,
Fred
see,
McCary.
Javon Curse, if you want to go
Curse.
239, I mean, it was
I feel like
Stud.
where you couldn't be stopped. Period. I don't care who you played. See, like Sammy was stopped when he played against Markley.
Herschel
When they
Trout-
had Dallas Crawford and
Yeah.
when Sammy when they
Yeah.
played against Markley
I would-
shut him down.
Yeah.
If you go
But-
to Collier County, Herschel
Well, shutting
Troutman,
him down was
you-
still like 200 yards.
Not against
No,
No,
less. Who
no,
guarded him?
that JC.
J.C.
So
Jackson.
don't forget, you had JC at one corner and you had Mackenzie Alexander on the other corner. They both was all
two
Americans.
NFL corners.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
not
know.
only
Two
all
NFL
American, two
And
starting
you got-
NFL
was
corners.
that Jimmy Bays?
Jimmy
at
Bays
DN?
was on that team.
At DN, he could guard anybody too.
Dejanson not both of them bringing
And
the
Dearness
defense.
play safety.
You had
now,
like
so.
they were just too loaded.
But
But
True.
I'd go Herschel Troutman for Collier
Troutman.
County.
I think
Stud.
Herschel was one of the
He was
best.
ahead of his time.
He never
too.
was stopped.
No,
Herschel was, no one never stopped him. Even
was
when he
that?
played against the mighty Green Wave, he
How
still.
about Dwayne Coleman? You see
Dwayne
him?
was
Dwayne
Mr.
was
Florida.
good. Dwayne was good. Yeah,
Naples.
yeah. Clifton Robinson.
Clifton. That Woods family. So I'm Joey Woods, my
J.D.
boy.
Woods,
Mitch,
huh?
JD, all the Woods line, the Troutman line. I've never seen somebody. I coached a couple Troutmans in that line. I've never seen a fast twitch athletes than those Troutmans and the Woods family. The Woods family just made things happen. Basketball, football, track. They could line them up for soccer. They never played it before, and they go out there and win a Golden Gate. They didn't have much, and they
You
were.
say that family, but I gotta disagree with you.
Let me hear.
I gotta give it to the Paul family.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Pauls.
Big shout out to the Paul family.
I
Dan,
never
Matty
seen-
Paul,
Matty
Steph Paul,
Yep.
all of them.
How
Gene
do an
Paul.
entire
That
what it
whole
was?
family.
It's 11 of them, right? How do all 11 get collegiate
College.
scholarships
Yeah,
athletically
So
and
true.
also brilliant?
Yeah, very smart.
All on
really,
very smart.
and
I
all
love the Paul
competitive.
family.
You have the competitive
Yeah.
scene too.
The girls
Upbringing.
and the boys,
So true.
like especially when the girl went to University of Georgia.
Georgia.
The Paul
Steph,
family
yeah.
is the class
Out there,
in
too.
Collier
So
County.
true.
They
And
very
good
spiritual.
upbringing.
Yeah,
They believe in
great
Jesus
family.
Christ.
Yep.
Father's a pastor, of course.
Yep.
But man, see, I had a chance. I played against John Paul.
Mm.
I played against Gene Paul, and I played against Matt Paul.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I never seen someone so smooth like Gene.
Mm.
And Gene was so gifted. Gene was the man. He the one that took Laley to the championship. He was the man on football and basketball.
Yo,
but
Matty,
he chose to go play basketball
would
with
you-
Bobby Knight.
I love it.
I got Matt
Really?
Paul.
Yeah.
I got Matt Paul with us. We're just
Matty P.
oh, they're losing.
Hey, so yeah, man, like
I love it.
to see them boys, man, they was tough,
So that's a
mentally,
good call. That family.
fundamentally sound.
Yo,
Sure.
Matty, what's up? Someone wants to say we're live on air. We're talking about the greatest athletic family in
Good
Collier
lad.
County history, and Larry had to,
I say y'all number one.
Paul.
I've been around. Hey, Matt Paul, I have one question. You in your prime against Gene in his prime, who win?
I'ma always pick me, but he way stronger than me.
Matty, I have to admit,
He's more athletic than me. That is without a doubt.
I told him, I said Gene is the best ball of them all. He was ferocious.
He athletic as heck, but if I get space to get my jumper off,
He ain't gonna give it to
my
you.
jumper all day long.
Oh, you was smooth with it now.
Gonna
You
get
was
it off.
silky with it.
go ahead, Kevin VanDuser has a
Matt,
question.
I
for you.
have to admit, I said,
What up, man?
"What's up?" I had the Troutmans and I had the Woods family. Larry held it down for my favorite family, the Pauls. I'm guilty. The Pauls. That's a great call.
That's royalty for
All around, all state people. First of all, an all state upbringing. That family. I miss you, bro. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, man, I miss you. And get them kids a big old hug and some kisses.
I got you. I'm gonna come out to a game soon. I gotta come see what you've been doing.
Hey, Matty, real quick, don't give me a 5-minute Matty Paul answer, but best 239 athlete of all time.
Best 59 athlete. Oh my gosh, man, you gotta give it to EJ, man.
Okay.
I gotta give that to EJ. EJ, Edgerton football, but man, EJ used to dunk on folks on the basketball court.
Did he dunk on Matty Paul?
He didn't dunk on me, but
okay.
We never beat Lately. We lost to Lately.
You know what up?
We could never beat Lately.
Yeah, was that Don Stewart?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's the
Don
wizard.
Stewart,
Those are the-
Mookie.
Yeah,
He's the wizard.
Yeah, from athlete. Yeah, man. I
EJ.
give it to EJ, and man, dude was he was a gifted athlete, bro.
I like it.
Surprised he's a Hall of Famer by no means.
Yeah.
I thought that was late.
Yeah, agreed.
I thought that was late. He should have been there sooner than that. But
You know, they do personal stuff.
Yeah, money.
And it's crazy because he ain't never been in trouble a day in his life.
Nope, solid.
He just looked like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, EJ's it.
That's a good call.
All right,
Hey, Matt.
Go ahead.
You know I shoot you, though. You know that.
Oh,
We live on air.
Matt.
Before you get, hey man, you know how the hierarchy goes. Before you get to me, you got to get through the siblings on me.
Then in that case, I'm going straight for Gene.
Get him. Go for the top.
You got to get through them before you get to me.
Listen, Matt, I've been telling you since I came back, man. I owe you one. I owe you, man. I owe you.
I need to see it. Who's the best redhead to come out of Collier County?
Who's the best redhead to come out of Collier County?
The best what?
Redhead.
Redhead.
What?
We gonna have to do a read this one.
Yeah. There was a kid at Laley, the redhead, the shooter.
I'm gonna go with Kevin though.
There you go. That's what he was looking for.
Stallman?
Good. All right, my brother. We gotta get you on the show. I know you're always busy, but you gotta finally come on the pod. Man, with 29 episodes in, we haven't had Matty Paul. Yeah.
But you know, this is the worst time for me with holidays plus this basketball season. So
Yeah.
Kevin, we miss you out there, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I seen you last night against Gateway.
I know. I thought I was gonna come. I got tied up. I'm gonna come out soon. I was texting Greg today. I'll make it happen.
Man.
Miss
Well,
you.
y'all boys be blessed as always.
Yes, sir.
Guys.
God bless, bro. Merry
And,
Christmas.
God bless.
You as well.
That's
All
the
right.
thing,
Yeah.
coaching too. As soon as I stopped coaching, I was the first Friday night I didn't coach in 17 years. My wife, she almost left me. She was like, "Why are you so sad?" I'm like, "Babe, it's Friday night." I was out watching other games, and I'm like, and then like 4 weeks later, I'm like, we got my son. I'm gonna coach T-ball.
No one will be
but-
understanding that, man. When you got that
No.
competitive edge, like you just want to be.
Yep.
So we got to
Inside.
roll through this a little bit. I'd love to bring you on for
Yeah, I love it.
part two. Maybe bring talking about your father. I want
Yeah.
to talk about your father. So runs Bible study every Tuesday. That Bible study is something I look for. I try to make every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Sometimes circumstances you can, but one of the highlights of my week, and through that, Blake actually is the one that got me involved in
Nice.
that. But through it, the friendships that have developed through there, brought Cornell and
Mm-hmm.
Zach and your boy, the fire commissioner. God, why am I don't mean to disrespect
Not
him.
Dearborn.
Not Dearborn. No, not Patrick
Chris
Dearborn.
Clausen?
Chris,
Clausen,
great
yeah.
guy. I mean, just being the friendships and the business aspect of it.
100%.
And how did that come about? Your father running that? Because from what Pat told me, that's been going on for
Years, yeah.
years and years.
My dad.
Go talk about
My
your dad.
dad's a
Yeah,
goat.
yeah. Go ahead.
He's
Talk probably
best
about your
man
father.
best man I've known or met besides Jesus, obviously. And he mimics and tries to mimic Jesus in everything he does. Never had a drink of alcohol in his life, which back then he believed, and I think he's changed it. That wasn't something you should do. Baptists don't believe you should drink, but never said a curse word in his life. And you can ask anyone that knows that man. There's not one person that would say, "I think I heard him slip." Nothing close. Dadgummit might be the closest.
Maybe when
I've
Pat
heard
gets on
about
his
him.
nerves a little bit.
never
but
in his life.
Yeah.
Speaking
And
of that, you know who else like that with curse words?
Peyton Manning.
Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
Deion,
yeah.
he don't mess around with it either, huh?
Deion Sanders.
See, my
words,
dad won't do
filthy
the.
mouth.
My
Yeah,
dad
you're
won't
right.
say. I don't. I mean, he'll say hell when he's referencing hell, but he won't say hell, damn, nothing. He won't say anything,
Mhm.
which is awesome, amazing. And then his life, he's always coached. He's always lived others first. This guy, when I left my house, I luckily lived 2 doors down. We got a house right next to him. My kids love that. But he's out there making manger scenes on his day off today for neighbors, wooden manger scenes. just to speak to what he's the guy he is. But everyone that knows him, I've met his best friends.
Hey, let his work speak for him.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I met his friends from Miami days and he grew up in a tough city, grew up learning both languages. He grew up learning Creole like I did in Spanish because that's what we thought we lived in. And I can't find anyone to say anything bad about him. But the Bible study is a blessing. He travels to Riverdale and does a Bible study at 5 a.m. with coaches. He does a Naples one. But the one that he started, I think, was with Pat Dearborn and his dad and a couple guys that they've met at Panera like 5 years ago. And then it just slowly grew. And then Pat's dad moved off, and I think they just pivoted to Seat at Table. Seat at Table grew, and Seat at Table, man, you walk in there on Tuesday morning, there's like 9 Bible studies going on in there. It's amazing.
That's great. That's great.
Different groups.
That place need blessing.
Yeah, yeah,
for real. Like we all do. So that just. I mean,
I think every place needs.
Let me ask you. Being a pastor kid, spotlight is always on you.
Yeah.
They say, who's the worst kids ever? Pastor's kids.
100%.
So I know I was the prodigal son. Can you speak about, were you the prodigal child?
Yeah, I mean, I'm both my brothers, I have 2 little brothers. I don't know if you met them. Cody is FCA, he's a missionary. And my brother Kyle's a pastor in a Catholic church, but he's running the giving for Ave Maria. And he's a football guy too. He played football.
I often talk to Kyle.
Okay, yeah. So I was definitely the black sheep because since I was 14, an entrepreneur. In Miami, I was slinging anything I could to make money. I was making mixtapes, detailing cars, taking stuff out of whatever.
D-boy clothing, right?
D-boy clothing.
Yeah.
How'd you know about that?
Yeah, I can do a little show prep.
That's it. But I just grinded. I was different and went to Liberty and made our own VanDuser name at Liberty, which was not a name I should have, but
it happens.
Yeah, I bought some real estate and hustled when I was at Liberty. Learned a lot. Was on the journey, but yeah, definitely the prodigal to God for sure. Like we have been, but to my dad too. My dad always loved me through it. My dad came up and visited at Liberty.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah,
it's like because I know, and I'm saying that always because of experience as well. Because I think I was my mom, and I'm the baby. I think I was my mom's problem child, and she used to always tell me like, son, you the most gifted of the 4 kids, but you also the most worst. And like you just do the most stupidest things and so forth. And like she used to come up to college and everything else, and like it was crazy. So I understand that. But like my mom, she wasn't no pastor, but I was in church Monday through Monday, revivals, Sunday school, getting thumped on the ear by the usher and everything else. And I loved it. It gave me my foundation, because one thing we know is by being a prodigal child, you can't wait to get out their house.
Yep.
You're going to do what you do, but you're going to come right back to that foundation.
Exactly. Yep.
And you're going to build on it. And I thank my mom so much for being so tough. Because as a child, you don't know anything. You think you know everything.
Yep.
And you get out in the world, you really see,
yeah,
man, this is not it.
No.
So
it's so true. I see it from all kinds of them. Athletes I've been hanging out with, they all come back to it. Gary and I have some great talks. Sheffield, he's like, man, if I didn't grow up like this, and it's the same thing. I'm 36 now, and you go through a valley, you go through a storm, guess what we're going back to? I'm going, all right, God.
And I know we just talked about Dion, and I love listening to Dion. It's crazy because, it's like you grew up with somebody, you know him, see him at college, you talk to him quite often. As he say, I had everything. Money, fame, Super Bowl.
Empty, right?
Everything. Women, had numerous women, all the shoes. But I was always empty. And then when he tried to kill himself.
Yeah.
People really don't be knowing what a person be going through. They see all the riches and the fame and the glory, and they still be putting on that fake smile. But you never really ask a person, how are you really doing?
Yeah.
That's why I always appreciate when someone, especially when I was going through my struggles, someone pulled me, Pat, actually, I remember Byron asking me that when I was going through it. Pat, how are you doing? And that kind of, just someone take the time out. How are you really doing? So
no, it's crucial. We were talking about the music,
and we're gonna do rapid fire because we got to roll quickly through here. But I just saw one of the people that you're involved with doing the golf stuff, DJ Khaled and Diddy. But the Diddy project probably done fell through.
Wasn't involved with
but
Diddy, no.
go ahead. No Diddy parties.
No.
But go. I know you're
No.
involved with DJ Khaled
Yeah, no,
because all you guys
it
do
was
is
good.
win.
You asked about music, and I told you on the phone. I'm like, I struggle with music because I grew up in Miami. I love hip hop. I love rap.
You grew up on. I guess JT Money would be too old for you.
It was,
I mean,
it was
I went
more
back to
Trick.
the-
He came along that Trick era.
Trick,
Yeah.
icons,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah. No, I
Trina.
loved the Game 50,
Smitty.
Lil Wayne. I loved all of them. And my mom found an album from a Drought 3 or something, and she was playing in the house one day. She took it out of my car, crying, cleaning the house, listening to the words, and I'll never forget seeing her listening while it was blaring in our house, like all the worst stuff Lil Wayne from a Drought album. And I'm like, and that I stopped listening for like a year after that, and then I went right back to it in college because in my mind, and even as a dad, I don't have it on with the kids in the car anymore. I don't even listen to it anymore. I was telling you because garbage in, garbage out. It's so hard. It's one of the hardest things. But I'm like, everything. It used to motivate me because I'm an entrepreneur, right? I'm
Sure.
going to sing about millions because it's going to help me try to make millions. And
Yeah.
no, I can't do it anymore. And now the DJ Khaled thing, I went to the J Balvin release. Khaled invited me. I hung out with him, met Vin Diesel, met Diddy was there, and hung out with Reggie from the Jordan brand.
Is DJ Khaled's beard real? Because that
Oh,
thing looks
yeah.
awkward.
He's
The
got a
man-
barber that travels with
Yeah,
him.
man. The man, Mid-Eastern, man.
Yeah, he's got good hair.
You know?
No, and that was eye-opening for me too, because that's the life they're chasing, and that's what you put in. That's what I would listen to motivate me. And
Mhm.
now I'm straight elevation worship, or I'm listening to podcasts and trying to improve my. So it's been like a year of that, and I hope to never go back. My kids are memorizing much better lyrics than I would have been, and I'll trickle in stuff, but
And it all has changed. There's no
Yeah.
real
Oh, my
art form
goodness.
into it.
It's
It's
not
like
that.
mumble and
that's why
Yeah.
people like he always asks me like, "What you listen to?" I listen to like a lot of R&B, a lot of soft music, and music from like the '60s and the '70s. And when I do listen to hip hop, it's that I listen to old Pac, old Snoop,
yeah,
Yeah, that's what.
Big-
telling stories,
Nas,
art
yeah.
Slick
form.
Rick.
You know, so
Yeah.
this new stuff,
No.
popping pills and
yeah,
this and that. Nah, I'm cool on that.
yep.
Yeah,
No, it's-
you all are crazy. That's why these kids so crazy now.
yeah.
All right, but I'm going to
So
jog
great.
your memory. There's going to be some hip hop questions on this game
I
called
like it.
Rapid Fire. Got to pick
I
one
like
or
it.
the other.
Love it.
There'll be a couple tough scenarios, but you got to pick one. There is a
Okay.
way out. Laura Maxwell proved you can find your way out of rapid fire
Okay.
if you're slick enough. All right, let's keep it. It's gonna be hip hop, sports, a little political.
Okay.
Drake or Kendrick?
Drake,
Plies or Trick Daddy?
Trick Daddy,
Travis Kelce or Tony Gonzalez?
Tony Gonzalez.
I agree with that one. Randy Moss or Calvin Johnson?
Jeez.
Randy Moss,
Keep it the U related here. Andre Johnson or Reggie Wayne?
Andre Johnson.
That's a tough one.
That is tough.
Who would you go with that one, Larry? You'd probably go Reggie because
NFL,
Yeah.
of course, I work with Reggie. I was with Reggie. So NFL, I'm going with Reggie. He is a route runner.
Sharp.
no surprise that he's a coach.
Yeah, he's a route
Yeah.
runner.
Casino or Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
I knew he was smart.
Heat or American Gangster?
First one.
Heat. That might be
Oh,
before.
Heat. American Gangster.
Okay. Fabulous or Jadakiss?
Ooh, that's tough.
That is.
That's a tough one.
I think I probably have more Jadakiss, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a close one.
Them boys can put some similes together.
Yeah.
And they've 20 years of pretty much
Yeah,
success,
similes and
too.
metaphors.
true.
boy.
Shula's or Capitol Grill?
Shoeless Dolphins.
Governor Scott or Governor DeSantis?
DeSantis.
Oh, just like that, huh?
Yeah, easy. I love DeSantis.
Power or Snowfall?
Power.
Whoa, that surprised me. MJ or Kobe?
MJ.
Oh man.
Montana or Marino?
Marino.
Oh yeah,
That's
my
all.
man.
Homer.
Yeah, Homer.
NGL or Pebble Beach?
NGL.
Lil Wayne or Eminem?
Little Wayne.
I agree with that. Seed the Table or Food and Thought 2?
See the table.
The food's
The
actually
kids
better
got
at
the
Food and
playground.
Thought 2.
It is good.
It's
But
better.
the kids love the playground now, and we get to have a chance. My wife and I did.
Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
Brett Favre. I used to be on the Aaron Rodgers thing, but I'm more thinking that it was just all hype
Huh?
What?
on the Aaron Rodgers.
What do you mean all
Wait.
hype?
I had to put Patrick on.
I think he's the highest quarterback of.
He's very good, but it's like as an offensive guy, I would take him in a heartbeat, winner, right? But I'm seeing some things now.
Yeah, but
that's
he's
like,
41 coming off a tour.
He's the oldest player in the NFL.
He held on too long.
he's got all his buddies there.
Yeah, but he's 41.
He
coming
only
off
can
a
throw
torn
a back
Achilles.
shoulder fade.
Again.
He's an old man.
Coming off a torn Achilles. He held on too long. His last year in Green Bay, too. I mean, he's held on now 3 years too long.
When I was
Here
a
we
kid,
go.
I went to San Diego to watch Brett Favre versus John Elway. I was there. That was the
Two
first memory.
gunslingers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Favre, I've never heard them compared to each other, but I have to go. Brett Favre, I think, won more. He won more Super Bowls.
No, he didn't. They both won one.
They both won one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Brett Favre was there a lot more. Had to
Brett
be.
Favre was in 2, and I think Rodgers only made 1. But Favre was
But
only in
he-
2 Super Bowls.
The Packers weren't. I don't know. I was younger. I don't think they were loaded like Rodgers.
I disagree. I think
Favre
Favre had a better team. He had Reggie White. He had a better defense. He had
Antonio Freeman.
defense was
Antonio Freeman, Robert Brooks.
Yeah.
Well,
And
they
he had
had
Keith
solid
Jackson, Mark
defense.
Chamora. They had the offensive line.
Packers were
I
pretty
had
loaded,
great
too.
coaching. They had great coaching.
The Packers.
And yeah, Mike
Well, how
Holmgren.
about
Yeah,
Aaron
I mean,
Rodgers.
Aaron
who
Rodgers
was
didn't have
even-
Mike Holmgren.
True. The Packers Rodgers had were loaded too.
No, they
spent
had
a
some
lot
good
of money.
teams.
No.
And
They
their
did not have a
division was
running
way
game.
worse.
Never had a strong running game in Green Bay. His
He was the
receivers,
only
who was his?
Green-
I mean, if you argue who was his, I mean, Devontae Adams, but he didn't have him for that long. I would argue Favre had much better
Really?
talent.
More
Yeah,
talent? I gotta look at
Overall
that.
talent,
Yeah.
yes.
I think-
Favre had
I think
more.
offensive
overall,
talent,
just
too.
all around.
Don't forget he had Sterling
Hey.
Sharp for a couple of years. He didn't have him during the Super Bowl run.
Let me
but-
ask you this: in his prime, take both players in their prime, Tom Brady or that other number 12 who
Joe-
we just talking about, Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers. Oh, I'm taking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Both of y'all crazy.
I don't even know what Aaron Rodgers' prime. I feel like he's the same. I mean, he's not the same
Man,
this
there's
year.
nobody.
but
There's nobody like Aaron.
Aaron Rodgers.
There's nobody like
Come
Aaron
on.
Rodgers.
I'll take
You
Patrick
crazy?
Mahomes over Aaron Rodgers.
Man, that
all day,
dude-
every day of the
This
week.
dude just threw all that stuff. Be luck with Patrick Mahomes. They would not get to the Super Bowl. They would not get to the Super Bowl. I promise you this.
Andy
you heard
Reid
it here.
is a big. They will not this year.
They would
They
not.
probably won't.
Okay,
They're
well,
the
he's
They
lucky-
going home first round.
That's fine. They're not going home first
I don't
round,
think
but he's
first
already
round.
got what 3 rings?
They're gonna be home all the way through. I
Yeah,
don't think they
they're
will.
not going. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. They'll definitely win one
Yeah.
game. We'll bet that up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bet that too. I think they go.
And
to
they're gonna have to
Super Bowl.
replay them Ravens.
Is
And I
Josh
like
Allen the
Ravens.
best player in the game right now?
No,
I think so.
Well, here we go.
no.
Who's the best player in football right
Everybody
now?
except for Josh Allen.
I hate
Everybody
Josh
except for
Allen.
Josh
I
Allen.
hate the Bills. I'm a Dolphins fan, but he is. So I saw something the other day. OJ Simpson
He's got more
had-
rushing touchdowns than
Yeah.
OJ Simpson.
as a
All right,
quarterback.
that's ridiculous.
and more than the other Buffalo running back, the old another
Thurman
legend.
Thomas.
Yeah,
And-
by far.
And then the week before, he was the first guy to catch a touchdown, run
And
for
so
a
that
pass,
tell you
and then he
right
had 6
there.
touchdowns last
he's a
week.
bad dude.
Listen, Buffalo going home too.
I think so too.
I don't think Buffalo's the real
they
deal.
don't
either.
have it. And McDermott's not.
Yeah, Baltimore. It's perfect for him this year. The
I love
quiet. No
Baltimore.
one's talking about the Ravens.
Man.
This is the
Th-
perfect
I like.
spot for him.
I told you, I like them Ravens this
Me
year
too.
And I
because they got a running game now.
I
Yep.
still think the Texans too. They might be a year away, but D'Amico
Boy, they
Ryans,
there.
I
They there.
love their head
You want
coach
to know a
D'Amico
sleeper?
Ryans.
I called the beginning of the year and everyone thought it was crazy. Is the Denver Broncos?
Yeah, I mean they're
Sean Payton is pissed.
No one is talking about the Broncos.
No, he is
except for
pissed.
Sab.
He's got-
Shout out to Sab. He's talking about the Broncos.
He-
He's having
'cause he
a
just
dream
loves his
season. Yeah, you know,
Broncos.
I know. But
But
I called the beginning of the year when they won
did
every
you really?
preseason
Did you put
game.
some money down? on it?
Yeah,
Did you?
and
I'm
I don't ever like the Broncos.
And I tell you who,
When a coach is
and it's
pissed.
proof, but I've been talking about them.
Mhm.
And I said this the sleeper team in the NFC. Them purple eaters, the Minnesota Vikings.
Like
I keep telling
Sam
people.
I
Darnold's
can't
having
believe
a-
that.
People like
Phenomenal.
I told them at the beginning, they able to control the clock.
Yeah.
They run that ball, and their defense is solid.
Defense, and that's Flores. I
Brian
think that's
Flores
ours,
is
yeah.
coaching them up.
They solid.
He's
I
doing a
say
great
people
job.
still don't want to give them. They do.
Yep,
I said nobody gave Green Bay they do last year,
yep.
and they had that same pedigree.
All right, let's finish out
True.
rapid fire. We'll get
I
you
like
back.
it.
We'll do a part 2.
I love it.
Ronald Reagan or Donald Trump,
Donald Trump.
and then
Go
a
for
tough
it.
one here: Patrick Dearborn or Blake Becker.
Oh, don't make me do that.
That's all.
I've known Patrick longer, but Blake knows I love him. I got Patrick's a goat.
Patrick's a goat,
So
but
is
you
Blake,
love Blake,
but-
so Blake's not a goat.
I
You
just
heard
know
that,
Blake,
Blake?
I know Patrick longer.
Who
I can't
spends
put
more
him
money
up
at Goated? It's probably
No,
close. I
neither.
see them on. And shout out to Pat.
Outfitted
Pat
them.
was rocking the Goated going to
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the man.
Goated.
They both are. But
All right. I mean, we went from
I
Reagan
love
and
it.
Trump to Pat and
I like
Blake.
it.
So
that's a good rapid
that's
fire.
respect.
I love it.
you
But
know.
Classic.
yeah, pleasure having you on. We definitely
to
got to
be here.
get you back on for a full hour. We appreciate you.
That'd
We
be great.
appreciate all the beautiful merch.
100%. I
Got
got more
all
than
these
Y'all
nice
see, he didn't bring me none
polos.
because
Yes,
I
yeah.
can't wear a size large.
Oh, I got a bunch of
You're,
I
no,
can't-
he
a
did.
large.
He's got a. Well, he brought the large for me, but I think
Look at
that
the
was.
Jordan one. I
Is
didn't
that a
like-
kid's large, Kevin? I don't know. If I
No.
can't.
He
Is it
bought these exotic colors because he know I'm exotic.
Oh, that might be a kid's
Like-
large.
Like, yeah, I could rock this.
Let me see.
Matter of fact,
oh, this is a kid's large.
I have
Yeah, I
some
was gonna
wanna
say.
make
I
you
would
feel
think.
bad.
Okay.
I
Look at
have
the real
some
large.
501s, this color, like this peach color.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rock it just
Yeah,
for
some
And
Trump.
That one. So those
Got-
shirts sell out.
I'm-
That cement is sold out. I snagged
These
it.
are
Thank
the
you.
what Jordans?
Kids.
What number those? Even though you know I don't wear Jordans, I have like 2 pair that was bought.
You
for
were
me.
Pat
I'm in
Ewing's.
Really? What do you
Yeah.
wear?
the-
Leather goods.
Yeah, he
Like-
wears Louis Vuittons.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
He's
and
only got like
boots.
35
Okay.
pair.
Oh, and
Well,
cowboy boots?
Yeah.
I
What
like
number is Jordan is these? I remember those. Like, what's they like 5s?
Made 5s, 4s, 11s,
Yeah, like
6s in those.
I
They
remember
just
those
use
shoes
elephant
there.
print like crazy. They a lot of elephant.
the front
elephant print.
end of them was that color.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that shoe.
But we appreciate you having you on, my brother.
Pumped. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
thank you.
thanks,
We'll have
bro.
you back. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for
Yes, sir.
jumping on the sponsorship and helping us. We got some great things going to next year. Got some live events planned too. We've got some exciting projects, and you'll
Love
be
what
part
you guys
of it.
do. Thanks for
We
doing what you
appreciate
guys
it.
do.
Thank you for
Yeah,
what you
we
do,
need
and thank you for what your father does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Both of you.
Love.